apparently, according to Fightful.com, nothing's been discussed with both wrestlers, but WWE, for some reason, is optimistic that they could get that dream match that was supposed to happen back in 2013, 2012 with Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk. For some reason, WWE's optimistic.
Man.
If they get that to happen at WrestleMania, I feel like that's the only way Seth versus Punk won't happen at that event. If that realistically happens, my concern is, will CM Punk be in enough shape, and does he have it in him to carry in Austin even better than a Kevin Owens did that year? So I'm doubtful of that, but that would be the determination on if it could realistically happen. Because I do believe if there's an opponent out there that has a big enough name and good enough promo skills to make a Steve Austin comeback, I think Steve Austin likes CM Punk and would entertain it. But I think Steve Austin would want to see, can he keep me safe? Can he still make me look good out there and cover up for some of my weaknesses? I think it would be a big-time matchup, but I'm really doubtful that CM Punk could carry on that sort of level, because his last few AEW matches where he was carrying opponents, it didn't look great.
Yeah. So that's something I wouldn't push. I wouldn't push for it because again, you do that, then you're leaving Rollins completely naked. You know, who does he deal with?
I feel you.
And not only that, it's exactly what you're saying, Dave. You can't just have two old fossils out there who clearly have lost big steps in their game sit there and try to, what's the most they can do? To throw some punches and swing some weapons at each other. That's probably the most they can go. But if you it would be sloppiness, Dave. It would be a whole lot of sloppiness if they try to put that together. Because Owens, prime of his life. He's in the prime of his career. That's why that was able to work, because Owens, selling wise, he's pretty much an A plus.
Hell yeah.
In the ring, he's pretty much an A plus.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't say that about Punk right now. If we was going back 10 years ago, okay, fine. But you can't say that about him now. So I wouldn't push for that, David. I just wouldn't push for it.
No, I hear you.
If Steve if he really wants to do it, all right, fine, because you can't say no to Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it, but not under WrestleMania.
I might agree with Mike. I might agree with Mike a little bit on that.
Yeah, but Steve's not coming. But Steve Austin's not going to come for nothing but WrestleMania.
You're right, Sammy. But Mike makes a fair point. I think that if you did it somewhere else, it might lessen the pressure on Steve Austin and Punk to have to give a WrestleMania caliber performance. You know what I'm saying? But
no, I get it, but Steve's not going to come for nothing less than that. It's Steve we talk about. It's Steve. He's coming for the biggest of the big. He's coming for the millions.
I'll play devil's advocate. This is one thing I agree with you 100%, but here's what I'll play devil's advocate with. CM Punk, he does have a lot of submissions and technique and strikes and kicks in his arsenal. He doesn't have a lot of slams that Austin would need to worry about his neck or back like that. So I do think there might be a way for to base the match with a lot of CM Punk knees and kicks and submissions, and have Austin do his death press, his stomps, his punches and stunner. I think there's a way to do it, but I'm doubtful Punk could carry at an elite level. The elite level.
There definitely is a way to do it. They would have to make the fight a no DQ fight. Yep. I'm with you.
You got me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. I would only play devil's advocate with that CM Punk doesn't have a reckless fit. I don't want to say reckless, but he doesn't have a physical style like Brock Lesnar that's doing German suplexes, and he's not at this stage of his career. He's also not flipping off the top rope like a Jeff Hardy. So it wouldn't be a lot of stunts to worry about for Austin's safety.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean on that note. Listen, you're absolutely 100% right with that, and there is a way to pull it off, no DQ, so that he can do the strikes. Austin can do his strikes, and then they can use some toys in between, so that people ain't really in people's mind. They're not thinking about you know them doing more offense. They're gonna think about, okay, he's about to hit him with this chair.
Yeah, yeah,
He's about to get him on this table. He's about to use this sledgehammer real quick. So that would be pretty much the only way to do it, which is why I wouldn't push for this match. But obviously, if Steve's really feeling that itch, you can't say no to Steve, man.
you can't.
You can't. It's you can't say no to something like that. Just like if Rock wants to show up, you can't say no to
Yeah,
Rock.
yeah, I
What are
agree
you
with
gonna
that.
do?
You can't.
Like what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
This is David. Like you got to find the best way to make it happen.
yeah, I agree with that. But I think ultimately we both agree that the match to make is Seth CM Punk. I definitely agree with that. But
Absolutely,
if
hundred
Steve
percent.
can come, you don't know how many. See, because Steve Austin specifically, we don't know. We never thought we would even get the Kevin Owens thing.
We
So
would even see him do
if
that. Yeah,
he gave us a lot doing that, even though he obviously didn't go all out and do much, but we didn't think we would even do that, get that suplex outside on the floor. So he might be feeling good, like, yo, I could do 10 minutes with Punk, 12 minutes with Punk. You have to do it. But it would be interesting, where does Seth Rollins end up if that were to happen?
what does he do
Would
then? What
that
does
mean
he do?
Seth has to drop the belt before then? I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see. But I also want to get into Randy Orton. Looks like he's in the greatest shape of his life. Came back from back fusion surgery. It almost literally ended his career. But the dude looks jacked and ripped. He looks better than ever. He saved the War Games team. Um, they made it official yesterday. He is facing Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble, which I think is a great move. I'm glad.
Great move.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
absolutely.
I'm glad they didn't try to finagle a Jay Uso again, or a Jimmy Uso, or a Solo. Great move, because the
They know they
Bloodline is the
couldn't do
one
that.
who injured him. So, man, I'm looking forward to that one. Since they're not using Roman Punk right away, wouldn't you argue that Punk Roman might be worth next SummerSlam or next WrestleMania?
Uh, so, but Dave, it all depends on. Listen, is Roman gonna be here this whole road to WrestleMania?
Probably not.
That's
Probably not the whole entire weeks, but yeah, he'll show up.
I mean, no, I just mean for like the chamber, you know, and then the because if he's here for the next pay per view as well, we're gonna need that CM Punk factor. If they plan on having him keep the belt, we're gonna need CM Punk, for right after Mania. So it really all depends on how long they want this Roman train to keep going. I hope they end it right at WrestleMania. And let's be honest too, Punk and Roman don't need the belt,
No, not at all. Not at all. Uh, I
so
don't
they
think
can do that
anybody
fight
should.
at any time.
Yeah, I don't think they need that, especially because of the Paul Heyman factor. I think you really don't need that belt, and the fact that Roman's been the poster child pretty much the whole 10 years Punk has been gone and running down the company. You don't really need the championship to spice it up. You have enough material to work with. But man, to me it I think it's a WrestleMania. It's a potential WrestleMania 41 main event. But I do think the championship doesn't need to be involved. But I say this: whenever we get that CM Punk Roman Reigns match because we will get it. This could be the perfect vehicle to get Roman Reigns to be the babyface.
Yeah.
I know some people might look at it like CM Punk already was with Heyman, but I think this is the perfect way for Heyman to turn on him, go to his boy, and
Yeah.
that will get sympathy on the tribal chief getting stabbed in the back. And I think, let's be honest, the crowd's kind of, even though they boo him out of respect, I think the audience have wanted an excuse to cheer for Roman for a little bit. And I think
For a
CM
while.
Punk gives them that perfect excuse. This is the way to get there, I think.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while. Definitely, it definitely has been like that for a while. Because they do the taunt with them, they do all the phrases with them.
Yeah.
They you could clearly see in the crowd that they're buying his shit.
Right.
So it's like it would be the perfect way. What other way to get Heyman away from him and to start having a brand new direction with Roman? Because I kept saying it over and over, Dave. In order for Roman to really creep at that next all-time great type of level, he's gonna have to show us that he can pull off a wonderful babyface run.
Yes.
I think that's the only thing missing from his legacy at the moment. People like to talk about all the stuff he did what he was doing before, but that was roller coaster stuff. He had some ups, he had some really really low downs.
Yeah.
He had some in betweens. We need to see that he can have a The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson type of run, Cena type of run, Austin type of run. That's gonna be that next level for him. That's the only thing on the